Hey there, everybody! It's Uncle Joey's playtime!
Hey there, fella.
Hey there, buddy.
What's going on, man? I have so many questions right now.
Looks like he's licking the microphone.
That is a cool shirt, dude.
What are you questioning?
No, nothing. Joe?
While you're on the Zencastr with David Koresh?
Yeah, that was gonna be it.
You're like, when did you move to Waco?
Or
as I like to call it, Wacko, because no one's ever thought of that. So how the heck are you, Holmes?
David, does Waco stand for We Ain't Coming Out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was one of those 5th grade jokes back in the day.
Sure was. Sure was.
Did you ever, when all those things were happening, like the Challenger, I remember in elementary school in like 3rd grade telling Challenger jokes.
Like NASA stands for need another 7 astronauts?
Yes. Or where did the astronauts take their last vacation? All over Florida. Yeah, and so our principal had to come in and talk to us
about
and give
telling
us like
jokes. Hey,
give us a speech about how it's not funny.
I'm going to go kill your parents so you understand firsthand what it's like to lose someone.
You know who gave us a talking to? Our principal. Her name was Miss Bresman, and we called her Mr. Breastman.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say you didn't need that talk, but good job. Elementary school. Was it elementary school? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Joe?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hey. So let's do the paid portion first.
That's what we're doing. Don't tell
Perfect.
You got to make it sound like we planned for this. Anyway, back to the Pickle and Boot Shop Patreon edition.
It's the greatest freebie portion that we've ever done.
It was so fantastic.
The greatest paid portion that we've ever done.
I'm on my 3rd pair of underwear. That's how good it was.
It was so good. It was so good. Can I tell you something just real quick before we start the actual meat of the paid portion?
Are you saying this is not the meat? This is it, Joe. This is what. Do we have meat?
I think we got some meat today. But never mind.
Come on, Joe.
What I was going to say.
It's because you saw me drinking with my pinky out.
Yeah.
Threw you off.
Speaking of, I have stopped
drinking with your pinky out.
Yep.
Sweet. I mean, it is a sign. It is a sign of syphilis.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll tell you right now. How many days?
Well, you stopped drinking.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
With
Joe?
my pinky up.
What kind of 9 days? You got a sober-o-meter?
Yeah.
Joe, that's too serious, man. That is. I don't want to yuck on your yum, but
can it not see that?
How many minutes?
Yeah, days, hours, minutes, seconds.
Look, I would like to remind our listeners that for me was the first 32 years of my life. I've got look, man, if you hate your liver as much as I do, you got some time to catch up. I need
If
to
you hate
punish
mustard
this
as much as I do, you have some time to catch up.
Um.
Oh Lord!
So today, we're gonna keep going. What is
For anyone that's still tuning in after those jokes,
Yeah. What's your song? What's your next song that you want to explain to the kids?
it's called Anthem, and it's from the Smash alternative hit from 1996, and also re-released in '97 under the label Cerebellum. Upbeats and Beatdowns. Fiber and Frenzy.
Hey, I do have a question before you get
Uh-huh.
into this
Uh-huh.
anthem song.
Are you a communist?
Yes, you are.
No.
Here's the thing I was wondering. I saw like recently a thing on like Fiber and Frenzy boxed set of vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Was that
Am I
real?
supposed to talk about this crap?
Yeah, was that real? Like, did you guys really put that out, or was that like a gag?
No, it's real. Did you
Seriously?
see Yeah. Did you see the ad?
Yeah,
pretty
I thought it was
funny.
great.
You're like, what? Who would put
do you
this
still have
much
any of
effort
those
into
left?
faking it? Oh,
Do you have any
Fiber
of
and
those
Frenzy.
left that I can purchase?
Yeah, man, it's just pre-order.
Oh, it's
I'll
it's
tell
a
Brad to
pre-order
send
going
you
on
one.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was maybe an old thing that
No,
like
no,
you guys
no.
already did that.
Yeah, we're repressing all of our albums.
How much is it? $600 for the box set?
It's like $250.
Okay,
Such a ripoff.
it is.
But then if you have some of the albums, you can like select ones you don't have, and they'll make them with recycled vinyl, which means trash from the floor of the record company.
Okay.
And they melt
So
it back down, and they
So
make
you
it
might
into
get
your
some other
record.
band like a snippet of their album on
Definitely.
yours?
And maybe you'll be like, man, this makes me feel like I'm listening to Matchbox 20, and I like it, but it's not. It's us.
So do you have to buy the box set, or can you just buy individual albums?
Yeah, you can just buy individual albums, I think.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know any of your albums past Electric Boogaloo.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't know any of our albums. I have to keep
Get
looking
out of
up
my yard and give me my
lyrics.
chickens. Is that Electric Boogaloo?
No, that's All the Hype That Money Can Buy. That came out
Ooh.
before Electric Boogaloo.
Maybe that's the last
Dang
one.
it, I just disproved what I said. I know those two things. That's all.
Okay.
So,
Maybe
Yeah,
Electric
yeah.
Boogaloo. I got to hear some of the songs. I think I know some of the. Is that Phantom Mullet?
no, that's also All the Hype That Money Can Buy.
What are some of the songs off of Electric Boogaloo?
Spartan, The Day
Okay.
We Killed. Far, Far Away, Juggernaut,
Yes.
Farsighted.
Yes.
It's I
Yes.
would say it was
No.
my favorite Five Iron album until this new
Yes.
one that we just made.
No.
No.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not as familiar with that.
Okay.
I guess I
Well-
got to get familiar with that.
All right.
But
Well,
I
Tell Brad to
definitely
send
want
you one.
because I want to buy I'll go pre-order that. I want to get Upbeats and Beatdowns. I want to get our newest album ever.
Uh-huh.
Quantity is Job 1.
Okay.
Did my fart just come across?
Yeah, I was wondering if that was a fart, but I didn't want to embarrass you. I'm
Oh.
glad you
Yeah, 'cause this-
shared that.
This
with the
show's
rest
not
of the
about
class.
embarrassment at all.
No.
At all.
At all.
At all.
Joe,
So let's hear about Anthem.
this is
I'm-
not
I'm
coming
waiting.
across on the podcast. It's just Joe making faces.
listen.
Oh, am
I'm
I going
listening.
first tonight?
I'm listening.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, go ahead and go first. I always go
Good.
first.
It's because first is best.
First is the worst. Second is the best. Third is a
Third
turd. I learned
With
that
a
from my
hairy
daughter the other
chest.
day.
Third is a turd. Okay. This, I think, was the fourth song on our debut album, Upbeats and Beatdowns, which was released in 1996 and then re-released in 1997. Frank had created 2 record labels. He had 5 Minute Walk, which was distributed by Diamante, and then Cerebellum was distributed by Warner, WEI, Warner Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Yeah. And then he got bought out by AOL, became AOL
What?
Time Warner.
At the beginning of every album, it goes,
Yeah, careful, Joe. You're going to dial up the Soviets.
oh. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember going to stores? Like
Mhm.
someone would like come into the house and be like, "Hey, the store down
remember
the street
going to
has
stores.
100 hours, has 100 hours of free internet," and then you would go get that disc, and then you'd work on stuff, you'd do stuff, and then you'd be at the store and you'd find like a 10-hour one, and then you
Yeah.
grab it, a free one just to have it, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
someone would be like, "Hey, the Best Buy has a 200 free hour." Like you were always
Yes.
grabbing those.
Because the internet was going, it was through your phone. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they finally got DSL. And then it was like, you didn't
Well,
need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make some DSL jokes, but I won't.
I
This is
wanna
a
s-
family.
I want people to
Family
know that I still have AOL address. And I
Yeah,
also
you
have a
do.
Netscape address. That's my main.
Netscape is
Address.
what we had.
Yeah.
Netscape is what we had. And then we got AOL. We got
Mhm.
Netscape first, and then we got AOL.
And you could be like, whatever, old man, with your AOL email address. And my response to that is, your mom is a hooker.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Is it? Is
Your
that?
response should be, Farfig
Yeah. Yeah.
Farfig. You guys go on with your flying cars and your electric toothbrushes. I'll stick with my AOL and my poached eggs.
I wonder if you could still dial up with a modem if you paid AOL.
I eat
The
brook
money.
trout. You guys eat all your fancy hamburgers and tacos from the Taco Bell. I eat brook trout and I eat potatoes.
Joe, where are you going with this?
I don't know.
Who do you?
I blacked
is this
out for a
character?
second.
Is this a character you're workshopping?
Maybe I'm a method
Okay.
actor.
A method actor.
I'm gonna be doing some undercover work in the near future, and I'm trying out some characters.
The undercover
This is currently Doug.
Doug.
I'm just Doug right now.
So you ready to do the deal? This guy's making me real uncomfortable.
I'm like you guys with all your cocaine and your methamphetamines. Back in the day, we just had moonshine.
Brook trout.
I eat brook trout and I mule drugs across the border. I stand when the national anthem's played, and I eat trout. And I enjoy steamed broccoli. You guys with your fandangled foodies, Mexican street corn,
Your Korean tacos.
a giant bowl of pho. I like brook trout. I like a deep fried walleye
Oh my gosh.
with
Walleye?
a handful of walnuts.
Of the fish you could eat, walleye sounds the least appetizing.
Walleye's a big thing here in Michigan.
Yeah, people are like,
love walleye.
they're like, well, and I love walls. Put them together, delicious fish.
Do you guys down by you? Do you have Culver's?
Oh, the it's like a custard place / burger thing?
Yeah.
No, I've seen them. They got them in Colorado right as I was leaving.
Okay.
Are they good?
Yeah, I mean it's a more expensive fast food, but
Uh-huh.
the quality is also like way better than like say your big three.
How does it compare to Five Guys?
It's not at that level at all.
Okay.
But it's below Five Guys, above McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King. But here in Michigan, like seasonally, they'll have like fried walleye.
What?
And then like everybody goes, people are like, the Culvers, they got the walleye. And then everyone's like, get the kids together, get them in the car,
Get your grandma.
get your pants on. We gotta hit Culvers before they're sold out.
Come on, Grandpa, get in there. Just
Yeah.
we'll put a blanket over your Jimmy. You don't need pants.
Yeah. Hurry up. You don't need your colostomy bag. Just get in the car. Just get in the car. Promise not to
grocery bag
poop.
over
Just
it.
get in the car. Sit on this cork. We don't have time to put your colostomy bag on. We got to get to Culver's. They have limited amounts of walleye.
It's that good though?
Yeah, walleye is a very a fish that lots of people like here in Michigan. But to
What?
tell you the truth, I've had it at Culver's.
Uh-huh.
I had it at Culver's once, and I loved it. I never had it before. I haven't had it since. It's probably been 8, maybe 10 years since I've had
What?
Culver's. Yeah.
Okay, it's time.
Well,
This
Culver's
Friday.
and walleye, but
Is it like during Lent they get it out? They're like trying to
No.
appeal to okay. It's just
no, it's just
They
a
have
fish that yeah. Yeah.
okay. Do they
Or-
catch them with nets?
No, I believe a walleye looks like a pike or like
Uh-huh.
a muskie.
Uh-huh.
So like pike fishing, muskie, walleye are all like big, big. I don't know. I'm like not an angler. Like I'm not into that sport.
How
But
do
they're
they
all, like,
fish
very-
for 'em commercially. Are they big
They don't fish for them commercially.
enough to feed you at Culver's?
at Culver's. Yeah,
Down at
apparently.
the Culver's.
Yeah. So, but I
Hey,
don't know.
what is a culvert?
A culvert?
It's like some sort of drainage ditch.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
believe it is a culvert. I believe that's what it is. But I don't think it's culverts. I think it's Culvers.
Yeah. I don't. That also throws me off because I'm like, I don't want to go down in the culvert. That's where that clown tried to touch me.
Yeah, maybe you do
And-
want to go down the culvert.
So,
Anthem.
oh, we're doing this.
Yeah, we're still doing this. You're telling the kids about how it
I was gonna
so
talk about
well
Cookout.
crafted and how it was crafted.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, came out on
January
Fun
6th of 96.
November 20th of 1996.
Yep.
And then it came out again when it got re-released on Cerebellum.
Okay.
I was looking it up. Dennis wrote it, and then I think Scott manipulated it because it's kind of punk rock.
Okay.
But it does have some Dennis. You could tell it's early Dennis. It's got some cool starts and stops like. What I remember about recording it is I could not get. I had been singing it not the way Scott wanted. I think he came up with the melody and like the cadence for the lyrics and was like sing it like this. And there's a part I'm like nation stands with heart in hand to sing their anthem proudly. Voices red. It's where is it? Oh, it's the second verse. I can't see red, white, and blue waving in the air. I was not singing it the right way, and Scott was pissed. So we recorded it, and then he's like, no, do this. And man, I'm still sucky at this. I suck so bad, but somebody can be like, hey man, do this okay, rush on this part, or here, hit this on the offbeat, or it's like 1 and 2 and you're coming in on end. And I'm like, okay. And maybe it'll take me a couple takes, but then I'll get it. This line I remember singing in the studio 2 hours. And
Oh.
I was so like pissed at Scott. And it made him like Scott back in the day.
It made him quit the band.
No, that was the next album.
Oh.
Back in the day had grown up in this very conservative Christian home and lived like in the mountains in this town called Buena Vista in Colorado. And once he was free of that, it was like he would push the envelope on anything he could. And so, I mean, not within reason. I mean, he wasn't crazy, but like he likes this persona of kind of being the taskmaster and being mean, like as a joke. But sometimes you couldn't tell if it was a joke, and sometimes it wasn't. And so I just remember he would just call you
He's like,
like
sing it right or I'll slit your throat. And you're like, and he's like, I ain't laughing.
no, he would just be like, he would yell at you and you'd be like, he's funny. But then maybe it was a joke or maybe not. So,
And then he snaps the neck of his guitar
no,
over his knee.
he did.
Bo Jackson style.
In hindsight, I think it was funny. He was being funny and it was funny. But like at the time when I'm like singing this same line for 2 hours and can't get it right, I was so pissed at him. And so I remember I got to this point where I like threw my headphones down and stormed out, and like to get me to come back in that day and record because I was so pissed at Scott. I wanted to fight him so bad. Saki said I wouldn't see Scott again during the recording process. So we made up. But when I was recording, because I was last, like I was lay down your vocals last, I could tell Scott was in the recording room because Saki would just kind of turn and he'd look down at the floor and he'd start talking to it. And then he'd be like, hey man, what do you think about this?
Oh.
Like, is Scott
You're
on
like,
the floor?
I'm not an idiot.
But it also buoyed my spirits because we were like at each other's throats to know that like Scott knew I was that pissed at him that he had to crawl, like army crawl into the studio and be like, Saki, tell him to hit it on like this. And so we made it through. That part, when you listen to it, you can hear, I mean, I can't hear, I don't know if anybody else, it sounds like it's punched in, and it was punched in like 1,000 fucking times. It was so much. But so I just remember this is probably the most edgy and liberal of the songs that are on Upbeats and Beatdowns. Frank didn't say anything about it. He wasn't mad. He didn't contradict it, but it's totally about nationalism. It's just me calling out Christians for being nationalists. And I love it. Like I love these lyrics still to this day. I love what it says. I feel like I was able to convey it well.
What's the chorus?
So it goes, I can't fall anymore for some silver-tongued song.
I can't fall anymore.
Yes. Your freedom isn't free. So let me say what freedom is to me.
Free. What freedom is to me. Yeah.
So this is 1996. I'm 23. I was calling out like
Bob Dole.
No, just I think that like there's so much of evangelical Christianity or American Christianity that gets wrapped into patriotism and nationalism. And like, I'm like, well, what part of that is napalming villages in Vietnam? Like, is that what Jesus told you to do?
See, I think the media makes that connection.
No.
I don't.
You should live here.
Yeah,
There's like, absolutely, it is like a direct thing. Like, there's not a day where I don't see. I drive by like these 3 crosses by the highway that have 2 American flags in between them. There's like somebody with like a, fuck Joe Biden sticker, and then the other side is like about how Jesus is the Prince of Peace, or like it just like this blind like USA do or die, like support your Second Amendment rights. That whole thing is somehow interwoven in Jesus, this pacifist, at that like preach nothing but peace.
There's not a whole lot of that in my life and the people that are around me and the people that not only in my life, but my city. Like it's what's the way to say it? Like I never find the two. Is it synonymous?
Yes.
Is that the word? Mm-hmm. Like I don't find that the two in my world go together. So when I watch the news and I see the left always bringing like Trump, conservative, like white power, Christianity, like that is not what I see. That is not what I experience. That is not what goes on around me in my areas.
Yeah.
And, in the areas in Michigan, whether it's this area in Southeast, whether it's in the middle of the state when I'm up north at my dad's, or when it's up near Traverse City when I'm at Heidi's, like I don't see the connection. I mean, I know great.
I don't see the connection either, but
I know great Democratic liberal people that absolutely love Jesus. And then, I know conservative Republican people that love Jesus. So I don't look at like one is, but in the media I do. So when I look at Fox News or I look at CNN, that seems to be what's portrayed. I just look at that as another, this is the media trying to do this.
Oh man. I think even then,
Wait,
like when I was writing this, Joe, we're having a podcast and you interrupted it to
We're having a fart cast. So go on.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying because you interrupted.
I said CNN, Fox, they seem to shine the light that those two are synonymous.
Well, I feel like in most of the country it is like that. Like if I go to Lynchburg, it is the home of Jerry Falwell, and in Liberty University, it's like a Christian university. Their colors are red, white, and blue, and their mascot is an eagle. It's synonymous. It is like, this is Christianity, America.
Yeah.
And when I wrote this song, I was like, this is not the gospel. Jesus never, like every time they tried to get him to tie himself to a political movement, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, anytime they tried to get him to sell out Rome or try and, prove that he was the Jewish Messiah by striking down Rome, he would say things like, they'd be like, well, why should we pay taxes? And he'd be like, whose picture's on the coin? Caesar. Render unto Caesar. And then, is homeless, is a pacifist to a point. He did turn over the tables and chase out the money lenders, but like, there's no evidence that he hurt them physically. That, I don't know if that was ever a thing, but like that wasn't his message. And I just feel like most of the church in this country, not most, because I don't want to speak for all the churches, but definitely the Protestant churches and the evangelical churches that I've seen touring, and especially where I live, that is their kind of creed, that those two things, that like the United States and Jesus are the same thing. And that like,
well, that's a bit far.
No, man, it's
that's a bit much. I think people.
So no,
like you
here's
don't pray
what it
to
is.
the United States, like
no,
Jesus
but you
and
pray to
USA
God for the United States, and you
well,
think
yeah,
that.
But even people in Uganda are praying for Uganda.
No, but like this is what it is. There is a theology called dispensationalism that was started around the first half of the 1800s, and it was started in Great Britain, and it was kind of like this British nationalist movement where it was tying what the crown was doing, what Great Britain was doing, to an act of God. And they were seeing that, like, here's Great Britain. Great Britain took over every single country on earth except for 10. Like they have occupied most of the globe. And this is, this tiny island had this enormous and powerful navy. They had taken over all these places
until they met the Targaryens.
Well, no, the Christians and at the time said, like, hey, this is evidence that like we're supposed to be doing this. All these places, all these tribal places are hearing about the gospel because of Great Britain. And so they kind of wrapped it together into this Christian nationalism and created this kind of this theology called dispensationalism, which we call now dispensationalism. I don't know what they called it, but the idea was that like this is like one, like God tried to save the world with Adam and Eve and failed. So he had to restart it again with Noah because it failed again. And then, or like he restarts it and destroys it with Sodom and Gomorrah. Then he does it with Noah. Then he does it, like again with the Egyptians. And then finally the last dispensation was with Christ. And that for Christ to reach the globe, it was part of this nationalized moment or movement for Great Britain to overthrow the world, to occupy everything, to take over violently and hold all of these people, all the indigenous people, and like all the nations that they conquered, all of India, which was Pakistan and India, trying to get through Afghanistan, most of Asia, China, like basically every country on earth except for 10 were occupied by Great Britain. And that made it over the United States. And so it was tied into the early Brethren Church, which was an offshoot of the Mennonites, which became, what Pat Robertson and James, what Jerry Falwell, their churches came out of the Brethren movement, but it just kind of morphed into becoming this American thing as America became the global superpower. This idea that like God would bless the earth through America and that we are somehow the mouthpiece of God and the hand of God spreading the gospel to the nations by taking them over or by being this powerful global superpower. So it kind of justifies the fact that we violently have done all these things, that we napalmed villages or that we killed however many people in Vietnam just to stop the Chinese from coming in because we're fighting the godless communists. And that kind of stuff has just sits. It sits in the United States. It sits like in our consciousness. And I don't know. I know you don't see it that much, but I see it all the time. That like the people who live around me, and when we were touring, we'd go to churches, and they'd just be like, "It was the same to have a flag on your, on your stage for church. Every church had to have it because otherwise you were giving into communism and all this stuff. That flag is not your God. Like it's not even a symbol of God or even a symbol of what God is doing. Because if you want to look at like the United States and like how violent and evil our history is, and then put that on the same stage that you're worshiping Jesus Christ on, that's offensive to me. So there you go, Joe. That's what my song is about.
Wowzers. Jeez,
and I still feel the same way. I still feel like we are a wicked and barbaric nation, that we have a lot to do to make it right. Just by our own standards, by our own freaking constitution, to make it so that we are equal, that that women have the same rights as men, and that everyone has the same rights no matter what their ethnicity is or their skin color. We're still not doing it. We are still, Joe, there is an amendment that has been on the books since the 1910s, I think, for women to be just considered. You have to have an amendment for this, by the way, because we can't follow our own constitution, for women to be counted the same as men. And there are half of the states will not pass it, will not ratify it, to say that women can be treated the same as men in our country. But yeah, let's worship that. Let's put that flag up on stage with us while we're worshiping Jesus. I can't, man. And that doesn't mean I'm not patriotic. I believe in the United States. I'm just not going to worship it.
If I see a flag, so like, I'm trying to think. There's a flag on stage at my church. But like the sentiment that you just talked about isn't what is preached from the stage.
Why is that flag on stage at your church?
Because we live in the United States.
So why does it belong there?
Why does it have to not? Like,
are people going to forget it? They're going to be like, shit, God damn it, I thought it was in Beirut. Well, is that?
But I mean, it's like, to me, it's not like, by having it there isn't going through all the steps and the motions and the all of that you're talking about. Like, what's preached at my church isn't this God is for us and against everybody else. And, and the what you just spoke about, like, we have,
I don't think it's that, like God is like helping the United States to be violent and take over. I think some people go that far. I just think that people feel that like Christianity is going to be spread, the gospel is going to be spread through the United States. That's that dispensationalism.
Like, I just think that, like, there's lots of businesses that fly flags too, right? So there's businesses, there's
Why
schools,
do you think they do that?
Both public and private.
Why does every car dealership have a flag?
But I mean, it's the same thing if you go to Canada. It's the same thing if you go to Mexico. Like,
why?
Because people
are they like, this is why people died in Normandy, so you could buy this Buick, or is it advertising?
No, but see, I don't even make that connection.
But that's totally what it is. Those flags have either they're short a stripe or have an extra stripe, or they have an extra or -1 star, so that they don't have to take them down. It's advertising. They buy those flags specially made so they can leave them up, and they have these giant flags, and you're like, okay, this place is safe because they fly the flag. These guys believe in what I believe in. Why else would they do it?
Because they just simply live or work in the United States.
But why do they need the flag to remind them?
Why not?
Are they
like, it's neither
like, I don't wake up and I'm like, where am I again? Oh, in the United States. Like,
I don't think people need it as a reminder as to what border they're within.
Why do they do it?
Well, like, why not? I mean, it's like, it has no bearing on, like, if someone wants to fly a flag, they fly a flag.
Right.
Like they don't fly that flag because they're like, oh, thank God, I know where I live.
Yeah,
Or,
you and I
oh,
fly a flag because we're like, hey, this is part of what I believe. I support our country. This is great. Why would a car dealership do that? It's like the Bud Light thing. Like, why would you? Who cares who buys your
I'm
beer? It's
so
just beer.
confused by this because my brain doesn't go where like you're going with it. Like I
It's
see a
just
flag at a car
advertising.
dealership. Like I see a flag at a car dealership. I don't think any of that.
Okay.
Like I just
If
think
this is a if
they
this
have a
is about
flag.
patriotism to them, they've got hey, they're like, hey, Bob, you're a vet. Do you mind? We're gonna fold this flag up every night. We're gonna take it down. We might play taps. We won't make a big deal about it, but this is sacred to us. You know, like we care about what you did. We care about this country, and like this is just a little thing for us to say, hey, thanks, Bob. You want to do this with us, or whoever works there? Or do they have a giant ass flag like that is insanely big that they never take down, that flies above the car dealership to outdo the next car dealership to say, hey, we're more American. We're more. It's the same. It's nationalism. And they're capitalizing off of it. It's the same. And I guarantee you, like, there are car dealerships that are like, we've got to get a flag because it makes us look like we don't care about the country or we don't support the troops. I don't like. I'm just suspect.
I can buy into what you're saying more with that, right?
Uh-huh.
So someone's like, I want to sell a Ford truck. Ford's made in America. I can see that. You
Right.
start to lose me at like the church having a flag or
The church.
another business. Like if people just want to fly a flag, like they can just fly a flag. Like they're patriotic. They fly the flag.
Yeah. So
Like-
what happens if they take down the flag at church?
They take it down. I don't know.
No. I bet you there will be people that will be upset. I guarantee you. Somebody's going to be like, hey, why'd you take down the flag? What gives? Because that connection is
From that person, but like
Yeah.
the church doesn't. The church
why put
isn't
it up?
doing what you ranted about. Like the church isn't going on. Like the church is, my church is just preaching the Bible and like patriotism and America and all that. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't even come into.
I don't think it's that heavy, but it's there for a reason.
I just don't think it's. I just. Again, I can buy into like the truck thing, like
Mhm.
buy American, buy this, buy this. You know,
I
we have a 30
think
by
this
30
came
flag.
about, and
We have
part
a
of
30 by 30 flag in at the Toyota place because we need people to know that we're Americans working an American dealership for Japanese cars.
yes,
You know, but I don't see it like the other thing, like a bakery, like a person who flies their flag out in front of their house. Like I just don't. It happens in every single country. Every single country, people just fly their flags.
I don't think they do it in church.
I don't
I'd
know.
be I'd be interested to see. And I think we do it and we just kind of accept it because we were tying so much into just into Christianity as being like part of the United States because we're fighting communism, right? We're fighting the atheists. So by saying this or by saying nation or by saying here's our church and we support America, like those things all get kind of muddied together in every church.
See, like the more that I think about it, now mind you, I haven't studied any of this. I haven't, done anything. But like, like I think back, like people came over here for like religious freedom and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, in churches, my take on it, again, haven't studied, this is literally off the cuff. It's like, you've come to a place that's embraced the fact that you can have religious freedom.
Yeah.
So a flag could be flown to show that, like, hey, we're allowed to celebrate, to worship whoever we want in this country of ours. But whether, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see it. I see it as, it could be, I see it as a positive.
Yeah. I think what
like,
you're saying, like being like, hey, this is cool. We have this. Like, this is what I like about our country. We can worship whoever we want. That we're here because of that.
Yeah.
These, brave people died for this. That's fine. I just feel that, like, it's real quick to get that line muddied to where it's like, America is part of your Christianity. And I don't think that's the gospel. I think that nationalism, even just a teeny bit it was not portrayed by Christ. It was not his character. It was not his actions. I don't think that, I think that it gets confusing, especially with dispensationalism and where the evangelical church is today, to people where they can't separate those two things. They can't imagine being an American without being a Christian. Like, those two things don't go together. They're fighting Islam by being a Christian, by being an American. And those things, that nationalism being tied to Christianity, is what this song was about. All those years ago, 27 years ago.
27 years ago. And it still rings true in your heart today. You still got that fire burning in that heart today.
I didn't know it was in there. I read the lyrics and I was like,
you didn't know it was in there till you just unlocked it. You just unleashed that beast.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
There's another 5-iron album.
Unleash the Beast.
Yep.
The Trouser Beast.
Unleash the Trouser Beast.
All right, what song you got, Joe?
To pack it in 7 minutes. Actually, this is one that I don't have a whole lot to talk about because it's the second tune on the Motor City Ska album. It is an instrumental. I'm
pretty sure you should claim that you wrote the lyrics, though.
Yes, I did write the lyrics. It's an instrumental called Compadre. Again, named by Nate Sjogren. I do have some notes though on this song. It's one of, I believe it's our only instrumental we ever did on an album. I remember when it was written, it was one of those songs that the music was written, like the guys were we were all jamming at the band house, kind of came up with it. And I was stumped. I could not write lyrics to this.
Yeah.
And so I kind of did the like, hey, let's do this as an instrumental so we could play it at shows. But like while we played it, like I would try and think of lyrics.
Uh-huh.
So it started off an instrumental and then it just kind of stayed an instrumental. I never put lyrics to it. I couldn't figure out lyrics to it. And so because in my head, I was like, I've tried and tried and tried. It must mean that it was intended to be an instrumental. And what's cool about this song is you guys have heard me brag about our horns. This is a song, I don't know how many people listening are like very instrumenty driven and kind of know the ins and outs. But one thing that really hits me on this song, again, for our listeners, when you listen to the 5-iron horns and you listen to the insider horns, one major difference that you hear is you hear the creaminess of the sax that comes along with Leonore. So a woodwind well, a woodwind kind of mixed in with the punchy brass kind of brings a nice creamier sound and smooths out the horns.
Yeah.
Well, Insiders, we've never had a sax player. We've always had punchy brass. So we've always had trombones, trumpets, maybe a cornet. But what I think is really cool on this song is it showed our horn players at the time, which were Mike Rowland and Al Brown. They play their trumpet and their trombone, but in it gets this creamy sound on the horns. And so to me, whenever I listen to that was always an amazing thing, because it would be like, I don't know. It to me, maybe I'm romanticizing it a bit too much, but it's like someone who's like taming like a wild bull. You know, you got to ride that bull, that punchy brass that the instrument itself, to my knowledge, is made for like punch, like that, just a wall of sound to come out of that horn. And our guys on this song make it seem just like very mellow and a creamy sound. So I've always thought that was cool about the horns on this song. Another thing I have notes about is this was a song that really, really, really featured Todd Misch, our percussionist.
Yeah.
So that first Motor City Ska album, for those of you that remember, we had me on vocals, we had guitar and bass, we had trombone, trumpet, we had Nate Sjogren on drums, and then we had Todd Misch on percussion. And he had like bongo drums. He had, I think they're called timbales.
Uh-huh.
They're not timpanis, because timpanis, I think,
like that
big
kind of
kettle drums.
high pitched, like toned snare. Tick, 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 tick.
He did have a snare. Yeah. And then he had these two, imagine, so you know what little bongo drums are, right? Boom, bop, bop, you put them on your lap and you play them. He had these drums that are they're like 3 feet long. Okay. And they're like shaped like a bullet. I want to say they're called like a timbale, but I could be wrong. Maybe they're just called big bongo drums. I don't know.
They're called big bongo drums.
Big bongos. They're better known as dollies. But this was a song that really spotlighted Todd. And when we played it live, he could go nuts. And I remember fans loved it. They enjoyed it. I secretly hated it. What's that?
Is that a timbale?
That looks like a snare.
Oh, that's what Wikipedia says is a timbale.
Oh, I think he did have those, but he had like a big. It was like a bongo drum, like it had like the bongo drum skin on it, but it was like a big. Let me see. Big bongo like drum. You know, there's people like yelling at us. Oh, a kunga.
A kunga.
Yeah. So he had those. He had like the timbales, like the snare type things. That's a casserole.
Yeah, it's eggplant timbale.
Oh.
There's a recipe that we'll share with you guys.
We're going to come back to that because I have something to add to that, something that you just said. So anyway, it was able to, Todd was able to be spotlit. Yeah, there's another one.
Spinach timbale in a bunt cake form.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make this.
Do it.
Okay, keep going. Sorry, sir.
Now, I remember once Todd.
You hated it.
I hated the song because I didn't
nothing
sing.
to do.
So I'm just standing there on stage,
yeah,
like dancing and stuff like that. But I was like, I don't want to do this for 4 minutes.
This is how I felt too when we had stuff like this. I'd be like, it'd be one thing if we were like, if I'm Weird Al or Britney Spears, I'm going to go do a wardrobe change or something.
Exactly.
There's nowhere to go. You're just standing up there. And especially for me, like, I cannot contribute to it because I can't play anything. Like keep him away from any rhythm instrument. Get it? Just go sit. We'll let the grown-ups work.
Yeah. That's
So-
that's what I felt like. And so when Todd left the band, he left the band right after Motor City Ska. He left to pursue college. So to go back to college, he became a teacher. And it drove me nuts. So once he left, I was like, guys, let's cut it. Because to just have the instrumental part of it, but not have Todd here to do like all the cool percussion, then everybody else is going to try and figure out like their little fills and their little, so I got tired of just standing there.
Yeah.
And you know, when you have limited time, like after Motor City Ska, that was our only album. So like those are the songs that you got to hear with some praise and worship. Then we put out, you know, Scallelujah, Fight of My Life. Then you start getting these other songs. You're trying to figure out a set list. The last thing you want is like you're trying to fit the songs that you want to play and you got to put in an instrumental.
Right.
So that drove me nuts. The other thing,
Take that off the table. Was it a banger though? Like, did it add to the set if you weren't just up there with your thumb up your ass?
If Todd was in, people loved it.
Yeah.
But as soon as Todd was gone, people didn't react the same to it.
Yeah.
And then the last thing about it that I wasn't a big fan of was we put it second on the album.
Okay.
And I think an instrumental second on an album is a killer. We went from Carnival, you know, you put your CD in, you press play. You come out with this high energy song or whatever, and then the next song is an instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my brain, you put the instrumental, if you have 12 songs on a CD, you put the instrumental 10, 11.
Right.
You
It's a boner killer.
Yeah, it's a total, you know, buzzkill. So again, on the album, it's a great recorded song. It sounds great. It's got great energy, all of that, but it's an instrumental. So I think it should have went towards the end of the album. And you know, and that's that. So
that's some rookie mistakes there.
Yeah, totally.
This is also a podcast by the singers.
Yeah, total rookie mistakes. We're 3 seasons in. We're still making rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
So,
well, cool, man.
Yeah. What I wanted to say, I was like, oh, let's add this at the end. I'm not going to say. Well, I want to save that for the next podcast.
Oh, really?
For the freebie portion.
Oh, we were telling these people this isn't the freebie?
No, this is the paid. We're doing the paid portion now.
We charge people?
I think.
Okay.
I think.
This is a good idea, man. We could use money.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Well, anyway, fellas.
You want to hear something? Speaking about money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do to earn a little extra scratch?
Play the lottery?
I tried. I tried the Mega Millions.
You didn't win?
No. I bought a ticket. How do you not win when you buy a ticket? That's the stupidest thing. I bought a ticket.
Come on.
I bought 2 tickets and I didn't win.
How quick would you quit this podcast if you won?
Oh, I'd ramp it up. I'd ramp it up. We'd be putting out double the content.
Double the content.
We'd have a studio dedicated to it. We'd have people coming in. You know, big stars like Squad's first drummer.
Yeah.
The first drummer in Blink 182.
Man, my dishwasher was going the whole time. It just turned off and I was like, what is that? That's so quiet.
You couldn't hear it.
Oh, good.
No, but listen to this. At my place of business, my schedule just changed. So now I work 12-hour shifts. And so because I work 12-hour shifts, I don't work as much within a month, right? I work 12 less days within a month. So I just got approved on days that I'm not working. I'm going to substitute teach.
What?
Yeah. Make some extra scratch. and I'm going back to school to get my teaching degree. So in 10 years, when I retire from my current job, I can teach at a private school. I only want to teach at a private school. I don't want to do public school.
What
But
are you
then
going to teach?
I will have my investments. I will have my pension, and then I will also be working as a teacher,
That sounds wonderful.
teaching social studies, which my specialty would be in geography.
Okay. That sounds good, Joe.
Yeah, not too shabby. So I'm going to be
I'm
starting
excited
this
for
fall.
you.
So when the school season starts, I'm going to be substitute teaching at one of the private schools by my house.
That's better than substitute touching.
It is. It is.
Which,
I would take teaching any day.
yeah, good idea. I do
Yeah.
substitute touching, but only of myself.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this is what it would be like. That's real bad.
Yeah. I was going to say, they might not hire me if anybody ever hears that last part.
Oh, okay. Pickle and Boot Shop, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pickle and Boot Shop, we thank
Pizza
you
pizza.
for your payment, and we thank you for listening, and we hope you tell somebody else. I don't know why I'm still talking weird. So, ladies and gents, again, we thank you so much for your time that you listen to us. I get to the point in the summer, I do a lot of driving up north for 2-3 hours at a time, up north and back here in Michigan. And sometimes I'm just sick of music. And so I listen to podcasts and then I binge them, and I just love them and I appreciate them. And I hope you guys love and appreciate this one as much as we think you do. Again, thank you for any minute that you've ever just listened to us. If you've told somebody else to listen, we thank you. If there's anything we can ever do for you in this goofy community that we have created, feel free to reach out. If there's stuff you want us to talk about, feel free to reach out. Hopefully you guys know you could still do that. Reach us on the Diabolical Discussion. Let us know if there's questions that come up, anything like that, that you want to know. Anything about songs that we talk about that if you've ever thought, oh, hey, they talked about this song, but they didn't talk about this and blah, blah, blah. Feel free to ask. We can always go back and rehash something or answer a question about a song. So that is that, you guys. Reese, do you have anything to add?
Piece of pizza. That's all.
Bye.
Peace.